Hi, my name is Chris. This is my wife, Jamie. So we've been married for about 17 years, together for more. Have three kids, two of which are teenagers. So throughout our whole relationship, our whole marriage has just been up and down. And over the past half year, it's probably hit its lowest of lows, to the point where we were discussing separation. And you know, we've been wanting to go to Lamb for years now, and we just hadn't had the time to. And for some reason, we were able to get the whole week off. Bless our parents. Um, but one thing that was so profound during this week, um, that I wanted to highlight was the healing. Both of us have gone through therapy, a lot of therapy, both together and individually. And there were things that I thought I healed from, things from my past, um, and interactions that I've had when I was a child. And it was never made more apparent to me than this week that even though you think that you've been healed, there's another component of that healing that never happened, and that's in the spiritual realm. And to come here and to understand that in my past and in our past, both individually and together, we have been attacked spiritually. And to be able to identify that and to be able to renounce it has given us this new slate. Um, and we've been able to connect now in ways that we haven't before. Like this week, we've been getting the same exact messages that the Holy Spirit is giving us when we're not even talking, multiple times. And so this, the testimony here is that when we came here, we didn't know what kind of healing was going to happen. And the healing that happened was spiritual, and it set our marriage up to last forever.
Hello. So I'm Jamie. Um, I just, this experience has the thing that I feel like, in addition to everything Chris has said, is that it has just brought back that um, living and listening and just desiring the presence of God and listening to what Holy Spirit has to say and just understanding that there's so much in the spirit that on our day to day we just completely forget and just try to grit through. And so I just appreciate that this experience has allowed us to go back to where we just rely on God's spirit to guide us. And I really feel like this has set us up to a place where now we can really live out together what God has purposed us to do. And I think that's ultimately what every marriage here, we're a partnership to do something that God has intended for us that we can't do by ourselves. And so I feel like that's what God has revealed to me through this. And I just living in his presence more and bringing that to our kids, I'm excited about. And then I have a little quick testimony of the sexy time because I want to let Lori know this because I feel like she'll appreciate this because she gave us so many tips last night, and I tried a bunch of them, but I will say that when we were blessing our body, I was just giggling. It was hard for me. I think I cope with uncomfortability with humor, so I was laughing, and but then I felt like God was saying like just trust me and just allow me to take you through this process. So I kind of just had to let my guard down. And I felt like he was just kind of really directing what it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna super arousal feeling and you're gonna, but he was directing what we were to do. And my testimony is that, and I'm sorry if this is a bit much, but it's very hard for me to reach like a climax with just intercourse alone. but using some tips and some guidance from Holy Spirit, we were able to reach, he's like, please don't do it. We were able to reach climax together through intercourse alone. And it was like, and yeah, when that happened, woo, I just felt like God spoke to me and said, "This is your I'm honoring what you're doing, and this is your gift." And it was such a spiritual connection. It was so beautiful. So that's my testimony.